feel like it's just kind of weird that it was Dwayne. I feel like other people, yeah, like Nancy was saying, like the girls had more motive to kill him. And they were chill. You know what I mean? Like, what a weird dude. what a weird guy. In the first few games, it's actually pretty impressive how they improve throughout. Yeah, they went from near unplayable to kind of good really fast. I am very grateful for that. And yeah, I feel like around that time, it does make a lot of sense. I feel like video games and video game animation and stuff like that improved very quickly, at least from my limited knowledge. So I do feel like I remember it jumping up in quality around that time, so that doesn't surprise me. But I'm very grateful. That way I don't have to play, you know, more Nancy Drew games that are like Stay Tuned for Danger, because that was rough. And at least like with the first one, they remastered it. I just don't understand, why don't they remaster the second one? They remastered the first, why don't they do the same thing for the second? I don't know. I don't get it. But we did it. That was fun. That last part was fun. I'm glad we finally finished it. I did not realize how close we were to the end. Like, honestly, it still took me longer than I thought it would. Like, based off what you were saying, Ding, I'm like, oh, I wonder if, like, the stream's gonna be long enough, you know? Because I want to stream at least for a couple hours, but I don't know. And then we hadn't finished it, and it was like, you know, like 2 hours in, I was like, oh, no, we're fine. We're good. Because it's just me. Yeah. You know. I'm glad we did it, and we can finally move on to better made Nancy Drew games. But this is the game. Next one, Message in a Haunted Mansion. This is the game, the first Nancy Drew game I ever played, and the only one I ever played before doing it on stream. It's a Game Boy Advance game that I played, and I never beat it. And I tried restarting it and trying something different multiple times, but I never beat it. The time is now. I'm going to beat it. Gotta beat this goddamn game. Whoop my ass. For years. Years. I feel like I even put it down for like a year. And then like a year later, I was like, I'm a year older. Maybe I can figure it out now. No, couldn't. Never happened. So I remember vague pieces of it. Like, I remember being in the mansion. I remember there being rooms. I remember being worried, creeped out when I was a kid. Because like, oh, something pops out. But then I don't know if anything ever did. There were different people. There was an attic. I do remember it was a big deal when I found the ladder to get into the attic. Or wherever. When I got into the attic, that was a big deal. I don't remember what was in the attic. I think I needed a flashlight. I don't know if I ever got the flashlight. I don't know. I have very vague memories of Message in a Haunted Mansion. Excuse me. The Message in the Haunted Mansion. That's such a weird title. The Game Boy Advance version. Oh, no. Yeah, seriously, I do feel like it wasn't completely my fault, okay? You know, like, wasn't completely my fault for not beating it when I was a kid. Because it was the OG Game Boy Advance, you know? And the screen is dark, and the controls are kind of bitchy, and you know what I mean? I feel like it's... But you will be playing the PC version, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, no. I'm gonna be playing the PC version because, for my sanity. And so I can actually beat it, because I think this was the only Nancy Drew game that was made into a Game Boy Advance game. I think this was the only one. Because they were probably testing it. It was probably, yeah, it was like 2000 probably, I'm guessing. 2000, new technology, and they're like, well, the kids are really into Game Boy Advance these days. And so they probably put this out, but then they probably got a lot of complaints or something and realized, oh, you can't play Nancy Drew on a Game Boy Advance. It just doesn't work. So then they didn't make any other ones on Game Boy Advance. So, like, I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like a special Nancy Drew piece to have in my collection. And it's just a coincidence. My mom bought it for me for, like, for my birthday that year or something. Because I remember it being a bitch. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it was a bitch. Oh, and then, oh my god, and then back then, when you saved the game, for Game Boy Advance, to save the game, they gave you a password, right? So that you could enter it and then be taken back to where you were in the game. And I guess thinking about it, there could be a lot of different situations you could be in depending on what clues you'd found, so there'd be a lot of different places to save. But for some godforsaken reason, the passwords were like, I'm not even kidding, I think they were 15 places long, a mix of capital and lowercase letters and numbers. And the capital and lowercase mattered. Like, and you have to be entering it on a Game Boy Advance where you have an arrow and an A and B button. It was, and like, so you're going around like that, like, it has like, you know, those, the alphabet thing, and you're going up and down and filling it in. Oh my god, it was a pain in the ass to like pick up where you left off. So you either just like try to leave the Game Boy Advance on at all times, and if it's losing power, you plug it in, it stays plugged into the wall. Like, that way you don't have to have that password. And then you're there. But then if you want to play another game, because you want to take a break from some of this Nancy Drew bullshit, then you have to write the password and then take it out. And yeah, that could probably be another reason why I never finished it, because even just to get back into the game, was such a bitch. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing this game and finally beating it, because it legit has haunted me. Hey, message in a haunted mansion. Maybe that's why it's haunted. Finally to the one that has haunted me for 21 years. So I was staring at it on the desk. Staring back at me, you know. Oh god, I need food. Shh. Fuck you.